I mean, the thing about Owen Farrell's return, in some ways, Henry Slade, his man of the match performance, makes Smith's inclusion even less likely, which sounds a bit obtuse, but let me explain. If we accept that Manu Tuolangi will always play under Jones, and he will do, and there are good reasons for him to do that, and Owen Farrell is his captain, then as long as Henry Slade is playing man of the match performances, that leaves no room for Smith to start. And the one difficult thing to say is that with Owen Farrell not as a starter, all England's options in the backs open up massively. And I will not make a call for Owen Farrell, to be sidelined or whatever. But I do think for this series of games alone, given the proximity for the World Cup, and that this is probably the last chance they've got a free hit at experimenting, I would like to see Farrell not starting and a different combination just to see where we are. And I don't see why Jones wouldn't want to see that. And that is different from bringing them on later, when there will either be a fair wind and they're on the front foot and they're winning well, which makes it easier, or it'll be more difficult because they're struggling. I just like to see when it's neutral and we start from scratch from the kickoff.
Yeah, I think there's an element whereby we've got 2 games left. Hopefully they'll all stay fit and COVID free. I mean, the interesting bit is who would you prefer to have on your replacements bench? Down the bottom of that list of 4, Smith, Manu, Slade, and Farrell. You wouldn't have Farrell just because he's not really going to change a game in any aspect in comparison to the other 3. Yeah. The thought of bringing Manu Tuolangi on at 60 minutes as a midfielder, as a former midfielder, makes my stomach churn. But
well, that's a good thing, isn't it? It's a good thing. That's what you want the opposition to do, isn't
exactly.
It? How do you think they will line up at 10, 12, 13 this week?
I'd love to see them go with Marcus Smith, with Manu and Slade, just to see what it's like. I'm in agreement with you here in that we need to know what England are capable of when you remove Owen Farrell out of that mix. There's no doubt that there is a huge requirement for him, and he's got a massive role to play for England. But he's not going to be there all the time. And this weekend has proved that point. I'd love for them to go with that 3. Well,
that's less likely from when you hear Eddie Jones warning Smith not to get carried away with his fame, citing Emma Raducanu as someone letting the fame affect their performance. Well, first of all, I mean, these are completely different things. One is a team sport, and one is a sport on which only one person can win a tournament, and she's 18.
Well, one of the things he highlighted as well, I think, was done before the US Open.
Yes.
Which has sort of slightly unpicked his argument, but
yeah, I don't understand. I mean, of all the people, the people I know at Quins and know well, none of them say that Smith is full of himself. I haven't seen him on social media. I haven't seen him, out in nightclubs. I haven't seen him in fashion shoots. I haven't seen him doing this, that, and the other. I haven't even seen him fashioning his own try celebration, like the Ashton.
No,
I haven't seen anything that would warrant that sort of put down.
I've hosted a couple of events during the past couple of years, and he's been very humble on those events. A very down to earth young lad. Clearly got a fair bit about him, as you'd expect from someone that young. But I think it's an interesting tactic from Eddie.
I mean, Eddie is not without. He does this. I know he does this. To direct it to challenge players, and. If I were advising Smith, not that he needs advice, but I think he's just to say, right, just keep your head down, keep going the way you're going, keep playing well. That's the best answer. You can't win a war of words. There's no point in getting involved in that. So just keep playing the way you do. And actually, the pressure will build, because people see this and they think, well, people like me, who I think I'm a reasonable, judge. I think I'm a reasonable person in this respect. When you see things, you have to think, I'm not sure that's fair.
Not when there's no reason.
No.
Yep. It's you'll be wondering whether I'm telling him to cut his hair next. But
yeah.
I think he's a young lad that we need to leave to himself. And if he keeps performing at the level that we have seen and now expect, then what more can we ask of him?